The kiln's still too hot right now. Probably a few more hours. I'll probably just leave it propped open, but it's too hot to actually unload at the moment. A lot of small stuff in this firing. This was a cone 5, so I'll have to come back to it later on. So I just want to talk about this one method I've been using, which is called iron transfer. You have to have a certain type of printer, which is Kiln or HP, black and white only. And you can get the paper, it's like a transparency paper to print on from most of the suppliers of ceramic art. So that's what I did, and I had to get a printer because I didn't have the printer, but I found some that were pretty reasonable. So far I've had mixed results with this. This is just going to be a magnet, but the design tends to get like a watercolor effect for me so far. This piece was fired 3 times. So you do the bisque fire, the glaze fire, and the glaze on this, on the underneath part, is a matte white, alabaster white by Mako. Now the only reason I have that is because the manufacturer of the transparency paper, or the transfer paper, recommended that glaze if you wanted to try to do like a single fire method. Well, that didn't really work for me, so I'm trying the method where you do it in 3 different firings. So this is the result I got. So it went to cone 5 for the 3rd time, for the 3rd firing. So it was bisque, glaze fire, cone 5, and then cone 5 again to get the iron transfer. I find if I don't do it this 3 method way, it just sort of bleeds out into the glaze. So you can do a lot with it. I think it has a lot of potential, but I just need to figure out what glazes that I'm gonna use. This alabaster white has a bubbling effect. You can see like bubbles from the glaze that you know, it just sort of freezes that way and cools down. And I don't really want that. I think maybe I'm going to try to find a shiny, a glossy glaze instead of this matte glaze. But I do think that there's a lot of potential. You can get a lot of really cool detail effects. And of course, getting words onto clay is probably, this is going to be the easiest way. It'll always be this sort of sepia tone brown, though. That's the only thing. So that's something new that I'm sort of trying. There's not a whole lot of information about it. Just been trial and error, just like everything else. A lot of tiles and a lot of small stuff in this kiln opening. So I will be back later when it's cooled down. It's very hot outside too, so not fun to unload the kiln at this temperature, which you shouldn't do anyways. Talk to you later, and we will finish this kiln opening. Okay, I think we are just about cool enough to unload this now. It's about 3 hours later. It's still going to be warm, but I kind of have to do it now. It's very warm in the shed here. Small items. So this is a pendant, crazed copper on dark brown clay. I'm not going to go through each one, but I thought I'd just pull out a few and talk about the glazes. This is actually a stain. I've had a lot of trouble with stain. Sometimes it just vanishes, and other times it is so heavy that you just can't even see the clay. So this time it finally came out like I wanted it to. This is a manganese stain on the Desert Buff clay. Looks really good, so that's what I'm going to keep doing it that way. Came out kind of brown. Usually it's black, but brown is fine. I'm just glad it didn't disappear. This is just a small pendant, but this is Amico's, one of their new Celadon glazes. This is aqua. It is really nice in person. Probably looks really, really pale through the camera. But the thing is that probably 2 coats is better. It's a nice color. It's just very thin looking. You know, it's next to, this is crazed copper by Coyote, which is not a Celadon glaze, but I tend to use them in the same way. just because it's transparent. Aqua is so much lighter. Still a good glaze, but 2 coats is better. So let's go ahead and go down to the next level. Probably a lot more small stuff. As promised, more small pieces. Have some pendants. This is the Aqua Celadon again. I just ordered some more of their Celadon glazes. I've liked them quite a bit. They're very reliable on, lighter clays. Definitely for white clay. Or this is buff anyways. Here's some more of the stained pieces on the buff clay. This piece is actually really hot. Kiln's probably at 100 and, I don't know, I'm going to say 120 degrees, which is kind of pushing it. But it's very hot outside, so I'm not too worried. A lot of this is raku clay anyways. This is one of Coyote's 2-step glazes. It's sea mist over licorice, and you get that oil spot effect. Can we see that in the camera? I don't know. Try to get a picture. I only did some small stuff. There might be a spoon rest with that. So I'm going to go ahead and go down to the next level. Okay, so there's a few spoon rests with that oil spot. Let me just grab a hold of it. It's pretty warm. Use my towel here. It really does exactly what they say it's going to do. You need 2 coats of each, 2 coats of the lower glaze, and then the top glaze needs 2 coats as well to get that. At least that's what I've been doing. And there's another one with that on it, spoon rest. It's pretty reliable. Here's a little sponge holder. Sponge goes through there. Probably backlit, not coming up too well, but finally I got some glazes for dipping, and this is frosted turquoise over matte black. Both of those are by Standard Ceramic, and you get a really nice textured piece doing that. Pretty easy to do. This is on buff clay. Pretty much works on any clay that I've tried so far. Really nice combination. Okay, the last level. Here is the bowls that have the frosted turquoise over matte black. I just wanted to bring it outside to kind of show how nice these come out, the way the transition between the black and the turquoise picks up. I probably won't take pictures of these. I don't think I'm going to have time to do it, so I'm just going to bring these items out and show them in the sun. Really a great glaze combo. So both Standard Ceramic glazes, and when you get the matte black, make sure it is the matte black because they have 2 different blacks that they offer, and I believe this black here is their 1066 glaze. So just make sure you're getting matte black and not the glossy, and then frosted turquoise. Depending on the thickness of the turquoise, you really get a lot of variation with this glaze combination. I really like it a lot. It's just very beachy, natural looking. Feels like the turquoise really covered the black even more than normal. I probably dipped it a little longer, and I wiped the glaze away from the applique part. I had this mug sitting around that was been bisqued for a while and been meaning to glaze it, so here we go finally. And I dipped it kind of like that into black and then like that into turquoise, so I got more of an angular look, which I like. Tempted to keep this mug for myself. So what I need is another mug. So you can see this is just the turquoise right there. Hopefully it's picking up on the camera well enough and you can see the transition. You sometimes get a little bit of a yellowy, kind of greenish, which is nice too. It blends in really well. This has been pretty hard to photograph, this glaze combination. It just doesn't really come up on the camera like it does in person. This is Opal by Coyote over Antique Copper by Spectrum. So it's really just kind of a fluke thing that I found. It is very glossy, but it's really the texturing that comes out so nice. I don't like the antique copper on its own, I got it to really look like a glaze, looks like metal, but it just is brown, and I don't know, it never really comes out good on its own. But I put opal over it. It's very runny. I was pretty lucky that didn't hit the glaze or hit the shelf. Glaze hitting the shelf. But you can see, hopefully, that there's all kinds of action going on there. Green to blue-green, a little bit of yellow almost. Really nice. Darker, but a nice glaze combo. I don't know if there's really enough light to do this indoors. If I should take them out or not. But these were some bonsai planters from another kiln opening. And I will talk about the glazes here in 1 second. This one was really just kind of a trial piece. Came out good. So it's red clay, which is earthen red by high water. Kind of makes a huge difference. It has redwood glaze by Laguna. Then Craig's copper right here by Coyote. It also has white slip on it, so that's why the bamboo, which is just an iron oxide painting, came out the way that it did. I just wanted to bring this outside to get a better look at it, to really show up the texture. This is, I used red clay for all of these bonsai planters, and the glaze for this one is redwood over red gold. So redwood is by Laguna, and red gold is Coyote. Really has a lot going on there. This really came out really, really nice. And this was done at Cone 5. And this was not my glaze combination idea either, so I don't want to take credit for it. It's Janice's idea, so this is definitely a keeper for me. I like this a lot. Tempted to keep this planter. Again, not my glaze combination, but it's agate over bamboo ash. I believe both of those are by Laguna. I don't have them here myself, so these are Janice's glazes, but the agate over the bamboo ash just created this textured turquoise type of an effect, which may be blurry on camera, but just came out really, really nice. I like it a lot. It has a nice matte finish to it. Very nice. I think this one's probably was my favorite of the planters this time. Another one of Janice's glaze combos. Waxy white, which I think is standard ceramic, over redwood by Laguna. It's two clays here. The feet are they are speckled brown stoneware, and then the main part of the planter is red clay. So I had one of the feet come off. I'm probably just going to glue it on. I'll keep this planter for myself. But I just wanted to show this glaze combo because it has like a reduction type of an appearance to it. And this was done in an electric kiln. You get sort of a, almost it's like a greenish, yellow-green hue in places. And I really, really like this a lot. I'll be doing this again for sure. And then the applique part of it, when I put this on, I made sure to wipe the glaze back off to bring out the detail. And that made a big difference as well. So these came out really good. Lost a foot, but that's okay. At least the base didn't crack, no S-cracks or anything like that. So waxy white over red. That's it for the kiln opening. I have some more bonsai planters out here in the shed. I've had a lot of trouble with these inside where the air conditioning is still on. They've been drying way too fast, even covered. So I've been getting cracking, a lot of S-cracking. They'll tend to crack right where one of the holes was made and split almost in half. So now I've been able to hopefully get them to where they're drying slow enough. It's very humid in Florida right now, of course, so I thought maybe out here would be better. This one did crack a little bit. I kind of maybe caught it in time. It'll probably still crack in the bisque fire, but I'm having it dry a lot slower. I'd like to make more of them. I just want to make sure that they don't crack. Otherwise, it's all for nothing. So that's it for the kiln opening this time. Thanks for watching.